Looking at what's to come in 2021, I feel like it has a chance of topping 2020 in terms of the amount of things I'm excited about. While it doesn't have the same amount of big titles that 2020 had so far, there are so many smaller titles that I'm excited for alongside noteworthy ones that makes the year look great overall. And just making this list gets me excited for the year to get underway, as I can't wait to play all these new games. In this video, I'll be listing 10 of my most anticipated JRPG titles, even though I feel like there are probably more, but these are 10 from the year that I think are must-plays and what I'm going to do my absolute best to play. So with that, let's get right into my most anticipated JRPGs for this year. If it wasn't obvious from all the Atelier content on my channel, the thing I'm most excited to play in 2021 has to be Atelier Ryza 2. Aside from it being nearly a whole year since I played an Atelier game in full, Atelier Ryza 2 itself also just feels so fun to explore in. There's so many new ways to explore, from rope gliding to swimming, on top of all the core Atelier systems like alchemy and battles that feel even more polished. And after having just tried a little of the Japanese version to see if it's as good as it looks, it really seems that way so far, and I can't wait to play more in this world that looks so fun to play in. Luckily, we won't have to wait long, with it coming out on January 26th in the US and the 29th in Europe, and I can't wait to play and cover such a wonderful looking game that I hope continues to be as good as it looks. While the leak of its announcement and the eventual official one put it back in the heads of many players a short while ago, Persona 5 Strikers has been a game I've been keen on for a while and followed as much as I could before its Japanese release, which included playing through its Japanese demo. Those experiences, along with Atlus's extensive trailers for the Japanese version, had me truly hyped for this action take on 5 that promises to bring together everything people love about it in a new way, including mixing together all the new characters and mechanics to create a fresh action Persona experience. It also continues the story from the end of 5, and with the lovable cast going on a trip around Japan while exploring a new mystery as the Phantom Thieves again, I'm really interested to see how this story will unfold and what seems like a fun Phantom Thieves field trip around Japan. And with how well Persona already portrays Japan and how exciting these trailers make each area look, I'm sure this new Phantom Thieves journey will be an exciting new adventure out of Tokyo in this entry. What also gives me hope for this action Persona experience is the Japanese demo. When I played it last year, I really enjoyed seeing how it blended Persona 5 mechanics like all-out attacks and showtimes into the new action system to make an incredibly stylish version of this new way to fight with the original gang and their personas. The demo only featured Joker as playable, which was enjoyable enough in itself, but I am also curious to see how the other characters will play, as that's always something interesting to see in an action experience, and that'll be on top of exploring the huge-looking jail dungeons that look like whole worlds within themselves. We only have to wait a little longer until February 23rd to try this when it comes to PS4 and Switch, and I'll absolutely be picking this one up, as it's about time we were able to play this in the West. So let's hope it's as fun as this summer adventure looks in its trailers, and I'm looking forward to talking about it much more soon. The World Ends With You is already getting an anime this year, but apparently that wasn't enough, so Square Enix announced that a new entry to the series called Neo The World Ends With You will be coming out summer this year as well. Promising all the style and Shibuya-based antics that were in the original, with a new story and an updated version of the city and its badge-using battle system, this new entry looks to me like the perfect way to bring it to modern consoles, and I can't wait to see how this new story will continue things, as I love the way the first one told a story with a lot of attitude and heart. If you haven't played the first game in the series and want to catch up, the anime will be a great way to do that too, unless you want to try it on Switch with its unique motion controls that I enjoyed a lot but were hit or miss with a lot of people. In any case, I definitely recommend catching up on this interesting story and world if you think this stylish next entry in the series looks good, and let's hope this updated version of Shibuya will pack the same punch as the first one. If you like the look of Neo The World Ends With You, chances are the stylish art of another game coming next year called Poison Control might appeal to you, and this quirky title from NIS has been one I've been interested in for a while thanks to all of its unique concepts. Its Japanese title translates literally to Poison Hell Maiden, and will tell the story of a character who somehow ends up in hell and sharing a body with a poisonette who's one of the girls that resides there that has special powers. The only way to get out is by purifying the poison from certain girls' hells to collect 5 of stickers that will act as a ticket back home, with the hells you can purify stemming from unique girls such as one with an addiction to 18+ fiction to one obsessed with the occult. And the fact that there are so many other characters in this world with fascinating concepts like this makes me feel like there's a good chance this world has a lot of good stories to tell. And while the look at the gameplay seems to be hit or miss with people in the comments of other videos I've done about it, there's enough unique ideas here to make me want to try it, since it's not often you get to collect stickers to get out of hell. I'll link my video that talks about this game in more detail here for anyone interested, and if you are, the game will be coming out in the West on April 13th. Until then, I hope we learn a little more about the interesting girls featured in this world, and I can't wait to play this interesting game that looks like it'll be something different. As soon as I finished Ys 8 in 2018, I wanted another Ys game to play, and while Japan was lucky enough to get Ys 9 last year, we'll finally be getting it on February 2nd in English, and with a big looking world and a story that looks darker, I can hardly wait. Since Adol Kristen is an adventurer, I'm especially excited about the new ways there are to explore, such as flying and scaling buildings that have been shown in recent trailers. And if landscapes are as big as trailers make them look, alongside the different feeling of this Ys world, it looks like it'll be fun to explore, especially since Adol somehow always finds himself wrapped up in some pretty intriguing mysteries anyway. My only issue with it is that it's coming out very close to Persona 5 Strikers and Atelier Ryza 2, but at the very least there's a free demo of it out right now, so at least I'll be able to try some of it, although I would definitely like to make time for the full game. I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that I can, and hoping that it's as good as it looks, and despite the fact it's between two other big JRPG releases in the West, I hope it does well, as the Ys series really tells some interesting stories, and I'm sure Ys 9 will continue this trend. As a fan of the Persona series that came from it, I've always meant to try a Shin Megami Tensei game, and since Shin Megami Tensei 5 looked really good during last year's July Nintendo Direct, I'm hoping to make this game my first entry into Persona's origin series. I really like the animation style for this one, and the dark themes in it remind me more of the darker tone I felt from Persona 2 but with a modern twist, and I'm glad my time with Persona 2 has helped this series that I've always wanted to try seem like something I genuinely enjoy, and with this game coming to Switch that makes it easily accessible compared to other titles from the series, it seems like the best way to give it a try, so I'm looking forward to finally diving in. So far, its release date is just for 2021, but with its simultaneous release date around the world, at least everyone will be able to play it at the same time. Hopefully we hear more news about it this year as the year gets underway, and I hope it gets more trailers, as if it's as good as that direct trailer made it look, this could be a very promising JRPG title for this year. Digimon Survive was actually on my list of most anticipated games for 2019, but after a delay or two, it's slated for sometime in 2021, with more updates supposedly coming in spring. This is a Digimon game I'll happily wait for though, as the idea of a tactics-based Digimon is still incredibly cool, and seeing its opening movie on YouTube got me really excited for the game, especially with the way the characters reminded me a lot of the ones from the original anime, and since I just binge-watched all the Digimon Adventure Tri movies, I've been reminded how well Digimon can make a story about the bond between its monsters and their tamers, so that's given me high hopes for this game as well, and after about 2 years of waiting, I really hope that we see that the wait was worth it. For now, we'll have to wait until spring to hear about how this title is going, but I hope that it brings good news, hopefully including an announcement that is not far off, and until then, I'll be crossing my fingers that we see it soon. If you like raising Digimon, you might also like raising crops, and that's something I'm incredibly excited to do in the modern-looking Rune Factory 5 that is set to come out in May 2021 in Japan and sometime this year in the West. I adored Rune Factory 4 Special so much last year that it came pretty close to being my game of the year, and with even better graphics but a similar wholesome and sweet feeling complete with marriage systems and its adorable visual style, I have high hopes for this next entry in the series, as it has the potential to be a lot of fun whenever we see it. It's still early days in terms of knowing much about this title, with it only having gotten its first full trailer recently, but that and my experience with the fourth one have given me high hopes for this game, so I hope we hear more news, as I'm really excited to play it and see more of what I hope is another fun and wholesome adventure that I won't want to put down. Years ago, I played the Neptunia spin-off game Producing Perfection on PS Vita and loved it. So when a Neptunia spin-off based around VTubers was announced called Neptunia Virtual Stars, I was pretty excited. As someone who is interested in a couple of the bigger VTubers such as Mirai Akari and Kizuna Ai, who actually has DLC for this in Japan, I'm hoping Neptunia Virtual Stars will be a fun way to learn about more VTubers while playing through another humorous Neptunia story. And with the way it's managed to turn this premise of putting these virtual stars and characters of Neptunia together into a plot to save the world from destruction, it definitely looks promising in terms of what I want from it, and I'm very curious to see what kind of role the VTubers will play in this story. It is worth noting that the gameplay in this does seem to be a bit more of a hack and slash than an RPG, but it will probably have some RPG elements thrown in, and is a spin-off from a pretty well-known JRPG series, so I feel okay including it here, aside from the fact I hope I get to play this fun game if I get the time. It just got a release date for March 2nd and will come out on PS4 and Steam, so let's look forward to hearing more about this colorful VTuber world soon. Scarlet Nexus is a game my hype has been on and off for as it gets more trailers, but its most recent one got me interested as I liked the look of some of its new characters and was also reminded that I liked the look of its cool visual style. I also found as I was researching for this video that the new girl Kasane featured in its newest trailers is going to be a second protagonist, and that this interesting RPG will be a dual protagonist story. With its themes of psychokinetic powers and fighting a force coming after people's brains, I'm very curious to see how this story will play out and what its two parts will bring to it. With the battle footage looking very cool in its trailers, I'd love to hear more about that too, so I'd say it definitely looks promising so far, especially with the fact that the more I read about it making this video, the more I got excited for it. Scarlet Nexus is due out mid-2021 on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and PC, and its high-quality graphics make it look like they could be really good on those consoles with the right amount of polish. I'm also hoping to get a PS5 around mid-2021 if the stars align, so it will be really cool to make this one of my first games on the system. But no matter what I play it on, I hope this dual protagonist story is as cool as it looks, and I hope it's a good original IP to play on all the systems it comes to. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what games are your most anticipated games for 2021 and what you plan to play first. And I really should say there are some titles I intentionally left off this list, like Tales of Arise, that aren't 100% confirmed to be coming out this year that I really hope do. So let's look forward to seeing more titles other than the ones I talked about getting announced throughout the year too, and even though they won't be in this video, I'm sure I'll talk about them in others. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!